I'm here with board game designer Robert Burke. We were hoping you might be able to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, my name is Robert Burke. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina area, about 8 hours away from Orlando here. And I'm in finance by trade, but I've been doing board game design as a hobby for the past few years now, independently.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the games that you brought with you here to Dice Tower Con.
Okay, sure. Well, I've got Cartoona, and there's an expansion that comes with Cartoona as well that I have here. It's a cartoon character building game. It has tiles with different cartoon character parts on it, so you can put them together to build different cartoon creatures. So with the tiles in the box, you can build just under 30 million different unique creatures. So it's a game for between ages 3 to adult, and it scales. So, very young kids can even use it as a puzzle or do very simple matching games. And the adult version of the game introduces cards that introduces, a take that element where you can steal body parts and play negative cards on your opponents and that kind of stuff. So it's really a family game for families that especially have kids of different age groups. And then I have Gnomes, the Great Sweeping of Amawan. That's a storytelling game, and it's really a book, and it's really more like an adventure, and the book shows you step by step how to run this adventure for your kids. So what it is the kids will get a letter from the gnomes, and the letter is in the book, and it's asking your kids for help. The backstory is that the trolls come through once a year, but this year the gnomes, some younglings, did not clean up after themselves. So they left stuff out. And if the trolls find this stuff, then they're going to eat the gnomes or find the gnomes and do bad things to them. Trolls don't like gnomes, but trolls aren't very bright. So it's up to the kids to find all the stuff that the gnomes left behind, clean up after the gnomes so the trolls don't find them. So it's kind of like where what you're going to do then is you're going to build little vignettes, little evidence of gnome society in your yard. You can, the book describes how to build little farms. You can build a cabbage farm out of Brussels sprouts. You can place little dollhouse furniture. You can build all kinds. The book will show you how to set up all these different kind of gnome village things, and then your kids discover this in your backyard. So it really opens up a kid's imagination to a world that all of a sudden visualizes for them when you play that game. So that's Gnomes, and it's really just a book, and that describes exactly how to do it from beginning to end. And it also includes certificates when they complete the adventure that they get from the gnomes that officially names them Protector of the Gnomes. So that's Gnomes, the Great Sweeping of Amawan. I also have Battle for Souls. That's a brand new card game. It's coming out in October. It's being produced now by Panda, and it is a game. One side's going to play heaven, and one side's going to play hell, and they're going to fight over the souls of humankind are in the middle of the table. So each soul has a different heavenly virtue, one of the 7 virtues, and they also have one of the 7 deadly sins. That's their weakness that they have a proclivity to. So you're going to play sets of cards to influence them based on what their weakness or virtue is, to try and gain holy or unholy points on them. But those points that you gain on the souls, you can also spend to get more powerful cards to build your engine for the side of good or the side of evil. So it's a fun game. It's very thematic. That game started really with the theme, and the mechanics built out from the theme. So I'm excited about that one. That one's going to be coming out in just a few months.
Okay. So being a game designer, I'm sure you've got tons of ideas. Do you have any games that are in the works right now?
I do. I'm working on, I'm really working pretty hard on 2 different games right now. One I'm working on with designer Richard Lanius, who's here at the convention too. And we're working on a game tentatively called Draco Magi. It's a card game. It's a dragon, a battle game where you're sending your dragons against your opponent's dragons to earn gems, and if you get a certain combination of gems, you're going to win the game. So that game is coming along very nicely right now. We're continuing to refine it and play test it. I don't have a date on that one yet, but that's coming along very well. And I'm also working on a party game called the Offensive Band Name Generator, where you're trying to come up with band names that, well, are offensive. So that one's just a crazy party game where you're putting word cards together and you have a goal. Like, you need to create a band name that is hilarious, or that is offensive, or that is a heavy metal band name, or it's a hip hop act name. And so everybody gets their card, hands of cards, builds a band name, plays it to the table, and you vote on who fits that theme the best. And then there's album covers as well, images. And when those come up, you can bet points that you've earned, and you have to create a band name and a name of the album based on what that image is. So playing that one, play testing that one out right now as well. So those are the two I kind of have in the pipe, and then the other ones are just in the back of my mind at this point.
Very cool. So I guess my final question is, what brought you to Dice Tower Con?
Well, that would probably be Tom Vassell and Patrick Havert. They invited me last year to come to the Dice Tower 1. I'm very thankful they did, because I had such a great time last year and met so many people. A lot of the people I've met are podcasters that I've listened to for the last few years. They are, publishers and other game designers who I admire. And now a lot of them I consider my friends. So it's really been just a fantastic experience. And I was very thankful they invited me back this year, and I was really happy to be here. So I'm hoping they're going to continue to invite me back, because it's fantastic time. I mean, this convention is just the synergy of the people that come here is really just fantastic.
All right, well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Robert Burke, everyone.
Thanks.